Get ready for a massive Scottish adventure.
I'm taking you on an epic journey around the Isle of Skye, a place of soaring landscapes, rich traditions and unforgettable experiences, from ancient castles to world-famous whisky, hidden gems to local food, and even where to stay. This is your ultimate guide to Scotland's most magical island. My adventure started with an easy 1.5-hour flight from London City Airport to Inverness, where I jumped into a hire car.
So I got the cheapest car I could. It's not a 4x4, but I have to say, it's really good, doesn't it? I just hope I don't turn right into a peat bog.
The drive from Inverness to Skye is usually around 3 hours, but because I was heading for the Waternish Peninsula on the northwest coast, my journey was closer to 4. The road took me past the famous Loch Ness, every bit as stunning as its legend. I didn't spot Nessie, but I did stop off for a break at the Keeler Cree Tea Room. And of course to feed the Highland coos. Don't worry, I did wash my hands before eating.
For me, jam first, cream on top, shove it in. I'm not sure I'm going to make it to Skye. I tell you what, the drive from Inverness to Skye is another level. And we've gone through sun, we've gone through rain, we've gone through horizontal, hail it feels. It's absolutely stunning though, and the landscapes just open up in front of you. You've got these huge mountains, you've got the lochs, it's so green. So just this route on its own is absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to see Skye.
As I crossed Skye Bridge, it was hard to believe the scenery could get more beautiful, but it did. And as I made my way to Waternish over the next hour, my jaw stayed open with every turn. I was due to stay with an old friend of mine who moved here a few years ago and owns the oldest inn on Skye, Stein Inn, which overlooks Loch Bay.
We're nearly there, and we've made it before the sun is setting. I haven't seen Charlie in about, 15 years, I don't know. I feel like I've come to the edge of the world, and it is absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to see her. What a place to end up. Stein, here we go. 20's plenty. Now, let's see which one it is. Florries, West House, Inn. Look, here it is. It is amazing, it's beautiful. I can't believe where she lives, and I can't wait to find out all about everything.
And in her own words, Charlie explains what this place means to her.
As soon as I came here, it just had that feeling of home. Yeah, so the location, it's, if you just look out there, that is completely what I fell in love with.
It's easy to feel Charlie's warmth in this inn. Memories from her life are dotted about everywhere. It also has 5 beautiful bedrooms for those that want to stay, decorated lovingly with locally made items, overlooking the stunning Loch Bay.
The landscape is just so huge and so vast. It's just, you feel like you're fully immersed in nature. It's just, it's wild, it's not manicured, it's just, it's just everything nature should be.
As we sat down to dinner, it was clear that under Charlie's care, the Stein Inn has grown into a celebrated Scottish gem, recently featured in publications like Vogue and Hidden Scotland. After a good night's sleep, the next morning I set off for a place that captures the spirit of Scotland at its most iconic.
So you can't come to Scotland and not visit a castle, and this one, Dunvegan Castle, is a brilliant one because it's the oldest continuously inhabited castle. Clan Macleod have been here 800 years.
Inside Dunvegan Castle, every room tells a story. Portraits of clan chiefs and their families hang on the walls. Silken wallpaper glows in the light, and the library shelves are lined with centuries of history. At the heart of these treasures is the most famous of all, the fairy flag. One legend tells that during celebrations here at Dunvegan, a nurse placed the chief's son in his cradle in the fairy tower before slipping away to join the party. The baby grew restless and kicked off his blanket, and it's said the fairies themselves appeared, wrapping him in the silken shawl to soothe and protect him. And it remains one of Scotland's most extraordinary relics. But Dunvegan isn't just about what's inside. Step beyond the walls and you'll find gardens every bit as memorable. Waterfalls, woodland walks, and colourful borders, all framed by those famously sun-drenched sky views across the water.
Now I know why everybody drinks so much whiskey.
Dunvegan Castle costs £17 per adult, £12 for a child, and is open from April to October, with a car park opposite that also has a cafe and toilet. After leaving the castle, I travelled round the corner to a pier to meet a Skye local.
I love a bit of fresh fish, and I have been directed down to the Dunvegan pier, where apparently there is a fisherman due in. There's a Blair and there's a Willie, and I don't know which one I'm meeting. Hello.
Hi.
Are you Blair or Willie?
No.
Neither of them. Wow, hi.
Hi.
Are you Blair?
I am, yeah.
I thought I'd. Oh, hello. That was almost the best introduction ever.
Almost.
How long have you been doing this for?
I've been doing it since I was like 5 years old or something like that.
So you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, well, 33 now, so
Yeah.
just a few years.
Yeah, that's amazing. And what do you mainly catch then?
Well, summertime is usually just langoustines, like prawns. And then once it goes into like the winter months, we usually focus a lot on crab, like brown crab. You can have the prawns today. It's prawns.
Let's see. Oh my goodness.
These ones are from out in the deep water. So,
Deep water.
So it's
Yeah.
they're out in the middle of the Minch. So it's just off the back of Dunvegan Head where I was fishing today.
How bad can the weather get round here?
I mean, I've gone out in some pretty horrendous weather. There's one day just last winter, Dad was in Loch Bay in front of Stein hauling, and the wind picked up a lot faster than we thought it was going to. So I actually started working my way in the way because it got that bad, and then I was shouting him up and I was like, when are you planning on coming in? And he's like, it's fine in here. And I was like, well, I'm climbing mountains. And he was just like, it's not that bad. And by the time he came out and seen me when I was hauling, he was like, yeah, that was your last one, Blair. And I was like, I don't worry, I had every intention. So yeah, I mean, it does get bad. Even Sam was out that day. We're climbing, yeah, giggling away. But yeah, they do get bad. But you don't try and go out in that weather.
No.
Yeah, so that was that. We were working our way home. We knew it was coming. We just didn't expect it to get that bad that quick.
I can imagine. Well, I'm going to be trying these langoustines later, and I am very excited. And they look they are super fresh, aren't they?
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh my goodness me.
I was really keen to try these langoustines and see how they're cooked, and very kindly Charlie stepped in to show me back at the Stein Inn.
We put them in salt water, 3 minutes, while I got it butter, white wine, rosemary and thyme. So basically
Here we go.
So you go like that. Put a Mary tune if you want.
Go on.
Give it a start. You can actually taste the sea. You can taste the liquor, which has been cooked
Wow.
in with wild herbs. We like a mess. More mess
Yes.
the merrier. If people say we're made a mess, I'm like, hallelujah. Because that shows that they're enjoying it.
Exactly.
So you literally just peel it. So
Yeah.
you've got to get down and dirty within this. Take it out. Which just pops out like that.
Oh my
into the
goodness.
liquor.
Yeah.
Get a good old
And then-
switch round. And then straight into the old like
Whoosh.
laughing gear. Yeah, straight into that. Absolutely delicious.
I mean, honestly,
And
I
that's
can't wait to try it. It looks incredible.
I need a raincoat. You know, someone said to me, how do we shower after this? I said, out there. Out there, there, basically, yes.
All the flavours coming through, but not one is overpowering. Yeah.
Yeah, taste of the sea.
Good job, mate.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
Thanks for this.
I'll be back.
Exactly, only with that.
Seriously good. I can confirm they were definitely the best langoustines I've ever had, and most definitely the freshest as well. The next morning I wanted to try more local tastes, and just 5 miles up the road from the Stein Inn is local Skye resident Donnie, who's been making Scottish tablet for 30 years, and his shed is his shop.
Scottish tablet's a real traditional treat. In Scotland, most aunties and grannies always have tablet on the go in their house. The ingredients are always a well-kept secret, but there's 3 main ones. It's condensed milk, butter and sugar.
I'd love to try some.
Okey-doke.
What's this
This
one?
is original flavour.
Right.
So that doesn't have any extras added to it, just purely butter, sugar, condensed milk.
So it's quite hard
Yeah.
to the touch.
It is. It's not, doesn't got that wetness that
Fudge
fudge has. Yeah, fudge
So-
has got a dampness to it.
I'm intrigued to see if it's kind of crumbly or not, though.
Yeah.
That's delicious, like caramel. It kind of melts
Yeah.
in your mouth.
So smooth it melts in your mouth.
It's not like a
Yeah.
crunchy sugar cube.
No, that's right.
Do you
Good.
know, I prefer that to fudge.
Most people do.
Yeah.
Tablets 100 times nicer than fudge. That's what we always say.
I have never tried that before. That is actually
Oh,
delicious.
That's great. So I've got a number of different flavours of tablet. So I have Talisker malt whiskey, Isle of Skye sea salt, chocolate orange, white chocolate and raspberry, stem ginger, maple syrup, peppermint.
And that's only half of them. He also sells and exports loads of products made by other small independent Scottish producers, from shortbread to cake, crafts, and more.
So I send to New Zealand, Canada, America, all over. I think people love it because it's the taste of Scotland in their house, and they can just sit and reminisce about visits to Scotland.
In true Skye style, Donnie has a roadside shop with an honesty box where you can buy something and simply leave the money. It's a lovely reminder of the island's trust and traditions. After visiting, I decided to go and check out one of Skye's most magical places.
Legends of fairies are woven deep into Skye's culture, and you cannot come to this island and not come to fairy pools.
The fairy pools are a series of crystal clear pools and waterfalls on the River Brittle, flowing down from the surrounding mountains.
Mystical in their appearance, with pale blue water shrouded by these beautiful black Culin mountains. And it's one of the big hitters, so yeah, worth getting here early.
Fairy pools are situated near the village of Carbost on Skye's west coast. There's a pay and display car park with a public toilet. It does get busy, so consider the time of day. And the walk can be as long or as short as you wish. The most impressive pools are pretty close to the car park, but you can walk up further to take in the beauty of the surrounding landscape too. And yes, you do see a man in the water, and yes, he's absolutely nuts. Now, for anyone into their whisky, you'll know that it's almost synonymous with Scotland, and here on Skye that tradition runs deep. The most famous name is of course Talisker. Their distillery sits on the shores of Loch Harport. Inside there's a lovely shop and tasting bar where you can sample a dram or pick up a bottle to take home. Just be careful not to get drunk, you might come away £6,000 lighter. I didn't take the full tour this time, it starts at around £22, but even from the outside you can sense the weight of history and heritage. While Talisker is the big name, I was curious to find something a little more personal. I'd heard about a distillery that locals really favour, one producing its own single malt, and it's only a short trip away. From the village of Sconsa, over on Skye's east coast, you can hop on a ferry for just £5 return. 15 minutes later, you'll arrive here.
So I've made it to Raasay Island, and here there is an independent distillery. So most people that go to Skye, they go to Talisker, which of course is hugely famous for its whiskey, and it's great, it's lovely. But I wanted to come to a distillery which is really local, not only distilled, but bottled locally. Charlie, my friend, uses it in her inn, Stein Inn, and she says it's ace. They do gin as well. So I've come to find out.
The distillery is a 5-minute steady walk from the ferry, and if you want to do a tour, you'll need to book online beforehand. Tours start from £22. The thing you'll discover if you do come is the incredible impact this company has had on the local islanders.
There was an old hotel in Raasay which had been closed for 2 years.
The closure of the hotel meant the loss of jobs as well as the community hub.
And so when the opportunity came to discuss with my friend the location of a new distillery, I gently suggested that the island would be a great location for a distillery, and here's the view, I said, and sent the picture.
Ian's photo worked. In 2015, co-founders Bill Dobby and Alistair Day decided to invest and transformed the old pub into a state-of-the-art distillery and visitor centre. And in doing so, also restarted the social heart of the island.
It's islanders who live here, who do all the production, all the shipping. It's currently supporting 35 full-time posts, which is a massive thing for an island with a population of 190.
It's now one of Scotland's leading artisanal distilleries and exports to 50 countries worldwide.
Tell me about this one.
This cask is uniquely painted by us in the Macleod tartan,
Yeah.
because every 4 years the diaspora of the Macleods of Dunvegan
Yeah. Yes.
come to Skye, and they also visit Raasay, because Raasay was a Macleod stronghold as well.
Wonderful.
And we fill a cask for them.
I love it.
You can even stay overnight at the distillery, which also runs as a small hotel, and by doing so, you're directly supporting the local community.
That's great. I really like that. And do you know, I actually prefer a subtle amount of smokiness.
Yeah.
And that's really subtle. So I am going to buy this bottle here, the Duncanner, for a friend's birthday. And I think it'll be perfect. This is your gin.
This is our gin. This is our
And-
Hebridean gin. It's
It smells...
10 botanicals in it, but the key one is dried orange.
I can smell the orange.
Yeah, and the best serving of it is to get just an orange rind, peel it, twist it, make a ribbon, pop it
Yeah.
in, and the oils of the orange will amplify that.
Yeah. It smells amazing. Right, let's try this.
And it's 46% ABV, so it's nice warmth.
Well, I'm sold on both. So let's take...
We'll go through to the shop then.
Yeah, really
Do it
good.
properly.
Let's go and buy them.
Well, I bought some lovely treats, and I also discovered that over the road is the cutest little craft shop ever. 5 local artists produce the most wonderful handmade items, perfect for gifts and memories of a special place. I sadly didn't have the time to stay and explore the island more, but if you did, you could also check out this hotel, Raasay House. It's a gorgeous historic building and another community-run project now managed by locals. It's the kind of place that feels both grand and homely at the same time. For me though, I had to race, as the last ferry was at 6 p.m. that day, so it was time to set sail and make it back to the Stein Inn for a restful night before the next day's adventure.
So before I take you out today, I just wanted to give you a sense of what it's like to stay here on Skye. Obviously, I'm in the Stein Inn, and it's the oldest inn on Skye. So it's got these fantastic thick walls. It's really, really warm. And one thing I love about Scotland is the weather. So whether it's sideways, rain, sleet, hail, sun, and everything in between, what makes this place so good is the fact that you can kind of hide away in their fantastic inns or crofts or wherever you're going to be staying. Here, last night, I could hear the wind whipping up, and I was so cozy, so comfy. And I've woken up ready for an adventure, but it's part of what makes Scotland so special.
It was my final day, and I had planned to begin with a short trip just half a mile up the road to explore some local craft work.
Just up the road from the Stein Inn is this incredible place, Skye Skyns. It's a family-run business. They've been here 40 years, and they turn sheepskin that would be otherwise wasted into the most luxurious rugs, accessories, footwear, all sorts of things. And they've got a gorgeous shop and an amazing cafe. So if you're in the area, this is definitely a place to come and visit.
Skye Skyns is dedicated to quality and sustainability, and they stock all sorts of lovely items, from rugs and throws to home accessories and clothing for both men and women. And they've even got a Mongolian-styled gur in the garden with a coffee shop. If you love locally made products, you're in the right place here, because less than a mile up the road is Skio Pottery. Run by Katie and her partner Luke, they moved to Skye a couple of years ago, having fallen in love with the place after a vacation. They've worked really hard to produce beautiful pieces of pottery that reflect the local nature and landscapes.
I think we're very influenced by the surroundings of Skye and what's sort of around the pottery, and we'd like to bring that into our work as much as we can. Our colour palettes that we work with for the glazes are definitely very influenced by the landscape, even seasonally, so more browns and dark colours for autumn, and then more kind of yellows, and I'd like to sort of work in a bit of a purple for the heather as well during summer. There isn't any clay locally we can use, so we look for other materials like sand, things we can impress into the clay to sort of leave a mark of Skye in that way.
The community on Skye have really embraced them, and they get many commissions from local businesses for their pottery, including from Talisker Whiskey.
Well, Luke had been drinking Talisker Whiskey before we got here, so to then be making stuff for them was really exciting. when I'm sat making the pots, looking out the window, every 5 minutes we've got a different view. And whether it's good weather or bad weather, it's dramatic, it's wild, it's always exciting to watch. We've met some amazing people since we've been here. People are really passionate about what they do and about Skye. So yeah, it's just a beautiful place to come and explore.
It was such a pleasure to meet Katie, and I left with 2 gorgeous mugs of my own, a perfect keepsake from this beautiful island. To round off my trip, I saved one last stop, perhaps the most famous landmark on all of Skye.
There's one place on the Isle of Skye which is probably the most photographed place in the whole of Scotland, and it is right here, the Old Man of Storr.
Rising out of the rugged Waternish ridge, this towering spire of rock is one of Skye's most iconic landmarks. Known around the world, it's drawn travellers, walkers and photographers for generations. But the Old Man of Storr is more than just geology. It's steeped in local legend. Some say it's the thumb of a giant buried here long ago, still reaching for the sky. Whatever story you choose to believe, standing here you can feel why the place inspires such myth and wonder. Now for practicalities, there is a car park at the base, though it does get busy. The best times to visit are early in the morning or later in the evening when the crowd's thin and the light makes the landscape even more dramatic. The walk itself is also reasonably challenging, with uneven terrain and a steady climb. So it's worth coming prepared with good shoes and a suitable snack.
Don't forget, if you've been to Donnie's tablet shed, make sure you bring his tablet, because by the time you've done the climb up here, your sugar is low. This is going to be perfect. What a treat. All I can say is I've had the best time. The legends, the people, the places, the food, the landscapes, the scenery. This place rocks. So if you want to guarantee an amazing few days, get your butt to Skye.